It's Tuesday, March 17, and this is your Barbados Today Evening News Update. There is no need to panic. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George urges Barbadians to remain calm and cooperate with health authorities as the country records its first 2 cases of COVID-19. The patients, a 48-year-old visitor and a 39-year-old Barbadian woman who recently returned home, are currently in isolation receiving treatment. Speaking on state-owned television this evening, George made it clear the situation is under control.
We got notification of a positive test in the wee hours of this morning, and we acted immediately. We put there are 2 persons, there are 2 female individuals, both traveling from the United States of America, and they have been put, one in the isolation unit, and the second person has been placed in the Paragon facility. They're not very ill at this point in time. Let me be clear, we have tried to indicate to the Barbadian public over and over that Barbados was never going to be excluded with the arrival of COVID. And I think that on our journey, what we did was we said to the public, we are going to improve our surveillance. However, that has shifted, and as we go to stage 1, we need to go to mitigation. So we would like the public to work with us through this difficult time. This is not the only time that Barbados has felt a public health difficulty. Let me reiterate that 80% of cases will have mild disease, and those cases will not be required to even interact with a healthcare facility.
This morning, Health Minister Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Bostic assured Barbadians government will stop at nothing to contain the coronavirus COVID-19. He urged citizens to remain vigilant and exercise caution as he outlined a number of measures to prevent the spread of the illness.
We have decided on the following measures which will be implemented with immediate effect. All public gatherings such as sporting and cultural events or any event that attracts crowds will be restricted to 100 persons. Visits by members of the public to all public and private geriatric institutions are suspended until further notice. Visits to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital are restricted to protect elderly patients as well as those suffering with non-communicable diseases. The isolation center at Enmore has been stood up with 6 isolation beds, and quarantine facilities are in place at the Paragon base in Christchurch and the Elaine's Canterbury Center River Bay St. Lucie. Additionally, quarantine and isolation facilities will be available at Harrison's Point within weeks.
The news triggered another rush at supermarkets and other outlets as Barbadians rushed to stock up on cleaning agents and other food items. A popular item moving off the shelves is toilet paper. This forced the Barbados Chamber of Commerce to put a limit on the quantity of bathroom tissue that can be bought by a single shopper. Each shopper is now restricted to 6 rolls except where 12-pack tissue rolls are available. The Chamber says this is to ensure that supplies remain available to customers. The BCCI assured there are adequate supplies of toilet paper, and this frenzied buying could jeopardize its availability in the future. The Chamber also assured that basic food items are in adequate supply, and there was therefore no need to panic. The island's tourism industry is feeling the pinch of the COVID-19 pandemic. Officials from the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association reported today that some attractions have suffered a 70% decline in business and others are reporting closure. Speaking at the association's first quarterly general meeting at the Hilton Resort, Chairman Stephen Austin said a second survey of members showed a major dip in business.
Just between last week and this week, the intimate hotels would have lost over $300,000 in cancellations alone. Vacation rental properties, they are 80% down on the same period last year, and bookings are pretty much zero for the next 6 months, and cancellations accelerating daily. In terms of our attractions and such like, the cruise ships, the cruise industry is pretty much shut down. And so our members in restaurants, attractions, and destination management companies have noted sometimes a 50% decrease in business. And some attractions 60 to 70.
Minister of Tourism Kerry Simmons told the grouping he's not taken their concerns and challenges facing the sector lightly. He noted that some businesses will be under severe duress but stressed they must not give up.
This is not a woe is me situation only, because there's an element of war to it. But it is an opportunity for us to look critically at this sector. See what the legislation as it now exists offers by way of developmental opportunities and recovery pathways, and to make the investment in those developmental opportunities and recovery pathways so that we emerge a more robust, more fighting fit, leaner, trimmer machine. I think that once we do that, we would have managed the crisis better, and that we would have managed to find the silver lining on what is obviously a massive thundercloud.
In other news, this Tuesday, the Reggae Festival is officially off. Promoters Fast Promotion says the April 24 to 28 festival has been shelved in light of government's request to postpone all social gatherings exceeding 100 people for more than 3 months. FAS says the move is in the best interest of supporters, RTs, employees and Barbadians, and promised to announce ticket holders should retain their tickets since they will be valid when the new dates are announced later this year.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Craft Center. Kick off the weekend this Friday from 4 p.m. to midnight with loads of food, drinks, and entertainment. Get ready for Crop Over with the Rhythm Roots Street Parade. Party like it's Kadooman Day on the street around Pelican Village with costume reveler, music, and more. It's Festive Friday. It's Festive Friday at the Bridgetown Night Market at Pelican Village Center from 4 p.m. to midnight. Admission free.
To regional news, St. Lucia's Prime Minister Alan Chasney is awaiting results after he was tested for the coronavirus today. According to a statement from the Office of the Prime Minister, Chasney was not feeling well this morning, and in keeping with established protocols, he went into self-quarantine. Government has promised to inform the public as soon as the results are known. On the international scene, the European Union will ban travelers from outside the bloc for 30 days in an unprecedented move to seal its borders amid the coronavirus crisis.
Of utmost importance is that neighboring countries harmonize their measures so that this is the same strong message to the people that the member states are conveying, because here this increases then the certainty for people to know that it is, yes, difficult at the moment being, but it's for the best of their health, and for the moment this is necessary.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.